And we're back. Hi, my name is Charles, and recently I decided it might be fun to replay Honkai Star Rail from the beginning and, re-experience all of the fun things. And we've been having a lot of fun going through Belobog, and last episode we defeated Cocolia. It was all very exciting, and we gave the news to the underworld, and we just made it back to the overworld with the kiddies and ended that episode. So let's jump back into the denouement of the Belobog story.
It's Japard!
Still early.
Is he here to meet us?
Now.
He's still on duty. Huh. He must have recovered quickly.
Let's go.
And oops. And I believe that's notification of side quests. So let's just continue on with the main story.
Trailblazers. First time anyone's called us that on this planet.
The architects think it's only right that we should address you properly. Outsiders is hardly fitting anymore.
How about
Please
saviors?
allow me to apologize again for what happened in the restricted zone. You were only trying to help. I should have trusted Serval's judgment.
You were just doing your job. Your sister knows what's up. Didn't expect to get wrecked, huh?
You are excellent fighters. I'd love to have you provide training for the guards, but I know you have places to be. Lady Bronya's inaugural address will begin soon. She asked me to pass on her invitation to you.
It's okay, Japard. If you ever want your ass kicked again, just wait at the end of Simulated Universe.
Not really. But Lady Bronya insisted on delivering the speech as soon as possible. She wants the people to understand what happened. The address will be held at Everwinter Monument. I hope the three of you can find time to attend.
I think we have to, otherwise we can't progress the story. And here we are back in the city, but now it's the smell of freedom in the air. Oops, there was a chest down there that I missed, I think. Oh well. Let's make our way up to the monument where the small crowd of... Oh, hello, Hook and Clara.
Did you see that, Clara? A super big steel monster just ran past.
I don't think that's a monster. Mr. Svarog's database has information about it. It's called...
Don't worry about the name. The important thing is I saw what it can do. It has a huge appetite and swallows people whole. And it just so happens to be the mole's next target. We'll defeat the iron monster and save the people in its tummy.
I don't think that's how it works.
I don't think Clara is ready for Hook's internal universe. I don't think any of us are ready for Clara's internal universe.
Look, there's a crowd gathering over there. Is the address starting soon?
Looks like it.
Is anyone we recognize around? Is Palo around? No. Is Serval around? No, I don't see anyone. I don't see any named characters, so let's just go sit in the corner and observe from a distance.
Guards! Formation!
Whoa, this must be it.
Citizens of Belobog, I kindly ask for your attention. Lady Bronya Rand's inaugural address will begin shortly. Please remain orderly.
People of Belobog, hear me.
Today we gather here to celebrate our victory, but it was a sacrifice made by a mighty guardian that delivered us this opportunity. She dispelled an evil that cost us 700 years of suffering. And in the process, she paid the ultimate price. The sacrifice of Cocolia Rand ushers in a new chapter. The blizzard beyond the walls will die away, and the offensives of our Silvermane guards will begin to contain the Fragmentum's advance.
So hard not to heckle.
In the far north, I witnessed with my own eyes the struggle between the late Supreme Guardian and the evil power that sought to destroy us. In her last moments, the Supreme Guardian told me her greatest regret. The Order to seal off the underworld from the overworld. With the passage of time, she gradually came to realize the consequences of that decision. Although tortured with guilt, she could not undo the damage. In her final moments, she wanted us to mark the Stellaron's end by reuniting Belobog. Overworlders and underworlders must embrace the dawn of a new age. Together, people of the underworld, I dare not ask for your forgiveness. I now know the reality of your decade of suffering, but I want us to work together. We know that without your perseverance and hard work, Belobog will not recover its former glory, and the seed of civilization will not be preserved.
March just totally zoned out there.
And on that note, I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to a few guests of the city. Most of you were not aware of their arrival, but it is thanks to them that our world now flourishes with hope. They made me realize that while we remain focused on preserving the ground beneath our feet, we should not forget to look up into the sky. I firmly believe that with the determination of everyone, our world, the world the Trailblazers call Yarilo 6, will no longer be alone among the stars. But before we accomplish that goal, I humbly ask you to follow me into the future. I, Bronya Ren, the 19th Guardian of Belobog, hereby take my oath.
Lady Bronya! Lady Bronya! Long live Belobog!
I stand by what I said earlier. At some point in the future, the truth will come out. Maybe not in Bronya's rule, but in some future Guardian's rule, and it will completely destroy all of their credibility and all of the trust in the New Order, because they didn't start it off by telling the truth. Their only chance at long-term victory was telling the truth and hoping they could work through it. Bronya, we're back.
Don Hung. And you. It's wonderful you made it to the address.
It is a bit awkward that they have to, twist every voice line around the fact that we can give our own name. I think that the way they solved it in Zenless Zone Zero by just making it your online handle and giving the characters real names kind of made more sense, but, self-insertion's gotta self-insert.
Sorry, I know the invitation was very last minute, but I needed to get the news out as soon as possible. The longer people waited, the more rumors started to swirl. The situation risked spinning out of control.
Are you fully recovered? Recovered? Okay. Was Zila not there for the address? Important questions.
Oh, she was there. She just made sure no one could see her.
She disappeared like a sea of butterflies.
Azila is still new to the vastness of the overworld. She feels uncomfortable in a big crowd. I'll help her adjust to life here.
I'm sure you will.
That was some speech, Bronya. If I had to talk like that in front of a huge crowd, I'd be shaking head to toe.
It was all just a bunch of palatable lies. I hope you never have a similar experience, March.
At least you feel bad about it. The part about preserving the seed of civilization was real. It's what you do as a leader that matters. Sometimes it's the part about preserving the seed of civilization was real.
I prefer to be honest with the people. But I also want to preserve their hope.
Don Hung, wanna talk about Mr. Yang's findings?
Allow me to explain.
Which means the fragmentum has already taken root by this point. Even though the Stellaron is sealed, we won't be able to reverse the damage immediately.
That ice cream cone hair of Bronya's is just, you just can't pay too much attention to it, otherwise you realize what the hell is going on there. Stellarons are terrible things.
I know. Our ancestors wouldn't have risked using one if they'd had other ways of avoiding calamity. You've gone out of your way to save this world. You nearly lost your life. I have no right to ask for more. Besides, I agree with Mr. Yang. Ultimately, the fate of Belobog is in the hands of its own people.
We will find a way to root out. The Astral Express will do everything within our power to help. We've given you self-determination, but if you ever need a little bit of a helping hand, we're around.
In that case, as a leader, I must give you a promise of the same weight. We will hold out with everything we have until the day you Trailblazers return. Even if it takes another 700 years, the children of Yarilo 6 will look up to the sky with hope in their hearts. So long, my friends. May the preservation bless your journey.
They already did.
Congrats! That was one heck of a first trailblazing expedition.
I've got to say it was. It's a really good, first storyline for a video game. It drags you in, it gets you to like the characters, it has an absolutely kick-ass boss fight with kick-ass music, and then after you've finished, you get to go around and see how you've made the world a better place for everyone around you. It's a really nice, straightforward storyline to get people hooked on the game.
Worth celebrating, I'd say.
On a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate this journey? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you recommend this journey to a friend or colleague?
2.5.
Oh, Dan's a detractor.
What? That run-of-the-mill, huh?
My scoring criteria are different from yours.
Which is the problem with NPS and everything like that. You have huge cultural differences where Americans will score everything as a 10, and then Eastern Europeans will score everything as a 6, but have experienced exactly the same thing the same way. They're just more cynical.
Anyway, we should be asking you. Any thoughts you want to share?
Time for a nap. What will the next adventure be like? Well, I know that, but the character doesn't.
Equally unforgettable, I'm sure. Anyway, don't worry about the future. Live in the moment.
That's gonna come back to bite you, March.
Let's go for one more round in the administrative district. I want to take more photos.
Oh, we've unlocked plane ornaments, which means we've probably unlocked another round of Sim Universe. There we go. We have unlocked planar ornaments. We've been given one for free. We'll put a rope on him as well because they've given us a free rope. An attack rope too. Oh, that's nice. Oh yeah. He's got all his relics are on Clara at the moment anyway, so that's a bit messed up. Because I was doing some Simu to
said she's willing to wait 700
farm points.
years for us. Huh. Don Hung, how long can humans live for?
Forever. But in that scenario, they can't be considered human anymore.
That is also foreshadowing.
I was just curious. Here we are, Everwinter Monument. Photo time! Oh, Payla and Hook are here too. Let's make sure we get them.
Maybe we could try for a cleaner composition for this one. Good idea, let's show them the photos once we're done. Let's be enthusiastic. Okay, so my pet peeve about this photo mode is that this is not the frame of the photo. So let's zoom out so we get more of the monument in. Yeah, there we go. You see, the frame was there, and that's anyway, whatever.
Whoa, so much ice! But it's warm here. Aren't you overworlders worried it'll melt?
Not at all. It may look like ice, but it's actually a monument carved out of geomeral crystal.
Pella doing her tour guide job again.
Geomarrow! It's a shame Daddy isn't here. You'd find a buyer for it and sell it for big bucks.
How do I explain? This particular piece of geomarrow is definitely not for sale.
Have a look, I took a photo of everyone.
What's that? Hook wants to see it!
I must remind you that taking photos of others without gaining their permission violates Belobog Public Security Ordinance number...
Sorry, public photography is a right.
Wait, that's a nice picture! And it's crystal clear.
Wow, photos are awesome! Can Hook have it? You like it? It's yours. A farewell gift from us. Okay, where to next?
Serval.
Haven't seen Serval since we got back. Let's head to the workshop.
Who's there? Didn't your parents tell you? It's you three! Come on in! I was just talking to Clara about you.
How have you been, big brother? Miss Serval's workshop is amazing. There are all kinds of things. I like it here a lot.
Miss Serval? Clara is such a well-mannered kid. Meanwhile, the architect's children are still calling me auntie and making me feel old.
Let's take a photo together.
Photo? This feels like one of my fan meetups. Anyway, for you guys, I do autographs for free.
Photo. Oh, I remember. When I was little, Mr. Svarog took a photo for me.
Over here, Clara. Want to learn some cool poses?
Zoom in on them a bit so you get them in the... There we go.
Wow, that's pretty great. I wish the photographers at my shows had your skills.
Huh? Am I really that short? I thought...
Have you considered high heels?
Don't worry. If you eat like Don Hung, you'll be as tall as him one day.
I'll let that slip.
Here, keep it. A little farewell gift from the Astral Express.
Huh? You're leaving so soon?
We've got a trail to blaze.
I understand. Well, this photo will always be close to my heart. I'll make a copy for you too, Clara.
Thanks, Mr. Val. Big brother, March, Danhung, thanks for taking care of me. Safe travels.
Thank you, Lil Sis.
If you have time, please come back and visit me and Mr. Svarog.
Will do.
That's enough sightseeing and photo taking to last me a while. Time to head back to the Goethe Hotel for a good night's sleep.
We can sleep when we're back on the Express.
Not so fast! Last time we were here, that evil Madam Guardian interrupted us before we'd gotten the most out of our luxury suites. Don't you think we should make up for it? Come
Got a point there, March.
Himeko and Mr. Yang are grown-ups. I'm sure they'll cope without us for one night. Besides, don't you want to chit-chat with the locals now that Belobog is full of life again? I know I do.
I believe you also promised us a pillow fight.
Come around and have a look.
Someone threw a book into the trash can. You pick it up. It seems to be a lengthy serial novel by the name of Tale of the Winterlands. You seem to have the incomplete 4th volume in your hands. And down the corridor, and back to our room. I mean, it's kind of the middle of the day, but it's been a tiring day. We've fought a lot of monsters, we've talked to a lot of people. I think it's time for a nap. You're overwhelmed by a sea of weariness. Go to bed. The engine of creation, Cocolia, an ethereal outer space, the gaze of preservation, your fragmented memory of the battle forms a blurry and surreal montage. In the midst of this frantic tapestry of events, you see the moment Cocolia perished with the Stellaron. A strange voice speaks to you in a hushed tone. But the voice passes rapidly. You try to recall what you saw in those fleeting moments, but find no trace. All of a sudden, you hear it again, a female voice in your ear.
At the end of your journey, all that perplexes you and troubles you will resolve.
Oh, it was a close thing, all right. Good thing it dawned on me. Hey, Sampo doesn't have to be a protagonist, right? The likes of us are better suited to, shadowy comic relief, eh? Turns out the Astral Express crew is more fun than I expected. You liked it? Really? Told you so. No! I'm in no hurry to leave. What? Oh, Epsilon? What fun can you get out of a giant Vanity Fair like that? True happiness always entails the manifestation of the dignity of mankind. Now, that's a quote I live by. Well, bye for now. Send my regards to the guys and girls in the tavern. Oh, and don't forget to say that Sempo Kaski will catch them for the next one. Time to make my curtain call. To you, my dear audience, I dedicate my performance. I wonder, did I bring a little more joy into your lives? You don't have to answer that, but if the answer is no, then you'll break my heart.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
Nice.
And honestly, that's where that story should have ended, with that cutaway to Sampo admitting that he was stage managing the whole thing, a little bit of mystery, a little bit of Shakespeare, and then, end. You are now in between missions, but they tacked on yet another coda, Return of the King style, where now we have to go back to the Astral Express. So we'll just do that for the sake of tidiness.
I'm full of energy myself.
I dreamed about Sampo.
You poor thing. I'll go check the lunar calendar. Today might be unlucky.
Yeah, good line.
Goes message. It's time to go. The conductor will nag us again if we put the express behind schedule.
The express is already behind schedule.
Well, pack your souvenirs and stuff.
Like, we just got trapped here for ages by a Stellaron. Any schedule we had is just totally out of the window. Pretty good a hotel lobby. Like, the environmental design of this world is so good. I like how I do, I take that thing about the coda back. I do like just forcing you to do, well, not forcing you could fast travel, but making you do this last walk through this, like, amazing design that they've put together. Appreciating the fountain and the big floating administrative district and all the cogs and all of the weird steam/frostpunk things. Like, you got to appreciate it. Farewell, Belobog.
Here we are at last. It's sad to say goodbye.
Nothing lasts forever. You'll stop feeling sad the moment you set foot on the Express.
Hey, I'm not that heartless, you know.
Okay, it's time to depart.
Priorities? What do you mean? Are you saying rebuilding the underworld isn't one of your priorities?
Of course not. I'm just saying we have limited assets and we need new parameters.
Assets, parameters. You sure love your fancy words. Forget it. Leave it to me. I'll go down myself.
Come on, Seela. I won't leave you to—
Look, Bronya! There'll be plenty of difficulties waiting for them, right?
Yes. Their future is filled with even more uncertainty than ours. But we will prevail here, even if it means arguments like this go on forever.
They won't go on forever if I win them.
Welcome home, you three.
Hello. Hi, Himiko. Hi, Welt.
Himiko, Mr. Yang! Team Trailblaze back from duty. Mission 1 accomplished.
Although Welt and I didn't get the chance to go with you, I can tell you worked hard to bring things back to normal. Well done, everybody. And especially you. I heard a lot of good things about you.
Oop, I keep doing that.
And miss out on a great adventure? I don't think you'd like that.
And I think with the default mouse position, I always get the snarky comment too.
An easy ride. Pom-Pom is of the opinion that we should leave as soon as possible to avoid potential resurgences of the anomalies we experienced earlier. Himiko and I agree.
Which means we need to decide where our next destination is. Soon.
That's right.
That's the path of the nameless, I presume. Always on the road, always trailblazing.
With Mysterious Whale at the top of the Astral Express.
One adventure after another? That's exactly what I signed up for.
I mean, technically you didn't sign up, you were just found in ice.
The way of the nameless. That's good to hear. You can head back to your rooms for some rest, or stay here and make yourselves a cup of coffee, whichever you like.
Are you having coffee, Himiko?
There I was thinking this guy would gradually open up.
We need to give him some time, March. I think he treasures the time spent with you guys. About your battle against the Supreme Guardian and the whole Stellaron situation, you must have a lot of unanswered questions, I suppose. While you were away, Welt and I did some research and came to some interesting conclusions. Let me know if you want to ask about anything.
Home sweet home. Mr. Yang and Himeko must be bored given how long our train had to stay here. Where's our next stop? I can't wait!
Just looking at the space whale, I don't think it has yet been explained why we have space whale in the middle of our carriage, but it's got to be there for a reason. Oh no, Welt doesn't want to talk to us, so I'm just going to talk to Himiko.
The Express crew tread upon the Trailblaze. We travel between worlds, like a thread weaved into the life stories of others. The universe is vast beyond our imagination. It's a miracle that our paths converge. The fact that we get to know and travel with each other can only be seen as the design of destiny. Thank you for becoming our companion. I'll do my best to answer any questions you may have.
I'd like to talk about the battle with Cocolia.
Sure. Oftentimes, those who are involved in historic events don't have the opportunity to see things from a wider perspective. I hope as an onlooker, I may provide some help.
About the Path of Preservation.
The Path of Preservation is known for their indifference. Unless you become a zealot like those with the corporation, it's hard to share in the Eon's power. Determined to preserve the world they loved, the architects held on for hundreds of years. But as the fragmentum continued to advance, their already wavering faith started to show some cracks. And one particular guardian, Cocolia, abandoned the Path of Preservation altogether. In contrast, you stood your ground and proved your faith in the Amber Lord. Judging by how the battle turned out, Qlipoth responded to your wish. Their gaze infused you with the power to wield the weapon of a supreme guardian and to take control of the Colossus.
I see, so this is the recap for people who are either confused or not paying attention during the quests.
Don't mention it. Welt and I may have stayed on the Express this whole time, but we've been watching over you from the moment you set foot on Eurilo 6. Friends look after each other. The same goes for us Nameless. Please remember, no matter where you are in the universe, the Express will always be behind you.
The source of Cocolia's power, it was a fragmentum. No, not fragmentum, sorry. It was the Stellaron, correct?
Is a Stellaron. There's no doubt about that. What I've gathered so far suggests it's likely that the Supreme Guardian was corrupted by the Stellaron at a very young age. All the tragedies that came after can be traced to that point. On the flip side, we can't judge Cocolia too harshly. Imagine if it were you or me who had to sit on the throne and watch the city slowly being brought to its knees. Would we not question what we believed in?
I mean, yeah, I blame Qlipoth.
Sure, ask away. We've got plenty of time.
Can Eurilo 6 go back to what it was like before the Stellaron?
Well, maybe better equipped to answer that. But if you want my 2 cents, I'd say it's unlikely. I guess it's possible, but it would take a long time. I can tell from your report that the new Supreme Guardian of Belobog is a smart young lady with leadership qualities. What's more important is that she now understands her people after the journey with you. The firm and honest support she gets from people around her will also prove immensely useful. But fate likes to play tricks on people. Even if during their lifetime they manage to make Eurilo 6 prosper again to a certain degree, they will remain vulnerable and helpless to countless threats lurking in the recesses of the universe. We can only give them our best wishes from afar.
And jump in when the IPC shows up. What happened to the Stellaron?
It's virtually impossible to destroy a Stellaron. No one, not even Herta, has found a way to break its structure. The best we can do at this stage is to prevent its energy from overflowing.
I'll just stick it inside me.
The Guardian was defeated. The Stellaron that had been transmitting energy to her exposed its weakness to us for a brief period of time, allowing Welt and I to contain its power.
Welt and me.
That's about all we can do about a Stellaron. It may be suppressed for now, but it's only a matter of time before it regains power. But this brief window should allow the people on this planet to heal and rebuild.
Thank you for your patience, Himiko.
Have some rest. You've earned it.
Now they want me to talk to Welt.
So, your first trailblazing expedition has concluded. How do you feel?
I feel like I've been talking to a lot of people.
It's all part of the journey. Those feelings will accompany you as long as you tread on the trailblaze, and one day you'll grow used to them. It seems you have something on your mind. Let's hear it. I'd like to hear a fresh perspective myself. As talkative as Himiko is, we've pretty much run out of topics.
That's okay, you can just sit and... Actually, you can't do that, because that would be creepy. But I will sit and gaze into her eyes. The Fragmentum and the Eternal Freeze, will they disappear? I just asked Himiko that.
I'm afraid not. As I've mentioned before, the Stellaron's influence on Eurilo 6 is more profound than we might think. I don't think Belobog's fight against the lingering effects of the Stellaron will end anytime soon. But the balance of power is tilting ever so slightly towards humanity, the crucial factor being the hope you brought about. As intangible as it may sound, don't underestimate hope, because the power it inspires has no limit. Like the Stellaron, it's a seed that may grow into something much bigger. But, in my opinion, the fruit that hope bears will have a much bigger impact than that of the Stellaron.
I relayed your view of the Stellaron's effects to Bronya.
Is that so? Well, I think you did the right thing. It's better to move forward with the burden of knowledge than to tread a perilous road with blind optimism.
And that's why I said they shouldn't have lied about Cocolia.
A distant world where the people were faced with unimaginable danger every single day. But they saved their planet time after time with wisdom and courage.
Quiet plug for Honkai Impact the Third.
How much of a difference ordinary people can make. I hope your Relo 6 sees that too.
This mission would have been much easier if you were there.
I too wished to go with you, but Himiko insisted on letting you and your friends rise to the challenge. I'd been observing what's happening on the ground from the Express, and I have to admit that I got sweaty palms a couple times. I was glad to see you three meet friends you could trust and overcome hardships. Well done. Himiko was calm from the very beginning. She kept telling me to trust you youngsters' decisions. And she was right. I really need to stop worrying so much.
You've been through shit, Welt. I don't blame you for worrying about losing people.
Likewise. Get some sleep. We'll be heading off again soon.
And finally, we gotta go chat to Pom Pom. Hopefully finally, because otherwise I've got even more editing problems.
Checking star rail stability. Pom Pom needs to focus. Good to see you too. Spatial readout. Back to the normal bracket. Star rail stability keeps rising. 56%, 57%. The numbers have stabilized. Dispatch the Express. Oh, welcome back to the Express. You've accomplished your Trailblaze mission. The Express appreciates your help.
How's the Express doing?
To you, the Space Fisher is healing up, and the Star Rail has become stable enough for us to dispatch the Express. As for the coaches, Pom Pom's checked every nook and cranny and made sure everything's in good order.
Are we getting a bar soon? Oops, I forgot to bring you souvenirs.
Don't worry about it. Your Relo 6 probably doesn't have anything worth buying anyway. Plus, it's your first time on a Trailblaze mission, so Pom Pom will let it slide this time. But don't forget, next time.
Where's our next stop?
The destination will be announced at the navigation meeting. For now, get some rest and stay tuned.
And we need to get some juice for March.
Oh, Pom Pom almost forgot. There you go. Careful not to spill it. Thank you, conductor.
When are we leaving, conductor?
Right away. To avoid encountering the anomalies again, the Express will dispatch shortly and head to a more stable area. For your safety, please don't leave your seat until the Express has reached cruising speed.
And with that, I believe that means we have reached the end of the Relo 6 quests for now, and it's unlocked the Xianzhou Luofu. Obviously, we have a bunch of side quests that we haven't done and some companion quests. I'm not sure whether I will do them for videos or whether I will stream them, or I don't know. Yeah. This has got me. I kind of speedran. Well, not speedran, but I kind of rushed to get to this point because there's so much gameplay mechanics that you need to unlock by getting to the end of Belobog. Things like the Echo of War and actually being able to hit Trailblaze level 30 and all those kinds of things. And that means that I currently have about a week, a bit more than a week of videos backed up to edit and publish, which means that I can take a break from going through the story of this game and level my characters and edit videos and push them out, and return with a clear head once I've caught up with the publishing schedule to do the next stage of the quests. So for now, I leave myself with the somewhat daunting task of working out how I am going to divide the last couple of videos into episodes of approximately 1 hour. I keep thinking if I just record one more section, then I will get a nice editing point and it will all fit together, but I don't, so there may be some awkward transitions in the videos that have come before this one. But yeah, thank you for joining me in the journey through Belobog. Thank you for watching my stupid videos and listening to my stupid voice, and I will be back probably a lot sooner for you than for me, given that this will be likely published just when I am starting the next quests anyway. And thank you.